Hey guys, it's RJ the Awesome here with a brand new series, as you can see, um, a series in which I like to call Trainer's Eyes, named after the PokeNav thing in Oris, or Advanced PokeNav, or whatever they call it now, I forgot, in which me and one special guest will go over two characters, and this time, with the Sun and Moon hype, we will be going over characters that represent the Sun and Moon, Cynthia and Cyrus, and I will be joined by the one and only J Specs.
Hey, what's poppin', world? Your boy is here. Let's get down to business. Y'all know who I am. You better.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is, the link will be in the description below. Be sure to check him out. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Our first contestant is Cyrus, who is the boss of Team Galactic, a man aiming to create a world without spirit.
Indeed. He is a very, very, very angry man. His whole goal, as far as him being the antagonist in Diamond and Pearl, was literally to destroy the universe so that he could make a new one and become a god. So he wanted to be Arceus. There's no Arceus here. It was going to be Cyrus. This man is crazy. And I mean, some fun facts that I didn't even know. He was raised in Sunny Shore City. He was a good student, so he was a smart guy, obviously, by his vocabulary and the words we see him use in the game. And hold on, I just want to... Oh, wow, his grandfather. I mean, name dropping here. His grandfather lived on Route 228. So, I mean, if you popped up in an old man's house, probably was his grandfather on that route. It's crazy. But his whole thing was the distortion world and just destroying what we held near and dear to create something new. This man was weird, man. This man had problems.
With him wanting to be a god, is he Cyrus or Arcyrus?
Whoa. See what you did there.
So do you want to introduce his opponent, J Specs?
Oh, by all means, his opponent is the Gen 4 champion, the beast that is Cynthia. My favorite champion, by far. Her team was amazing because Gen 4 was amazing. But, I mean, I don't think you need any more of an introduction from a monster like that.
Anyways, with how this series is going to work, we're going to go through both characters from the anime and from the games, compare them to see who would win had they meet in that, and then afterwards have a showdown battle to see, who would win and be the grand champion. So let's go ahead and start things off with Cynthia, who debuted in the episode Top Down Training. She was battling Lucian on television and then came to Amity Square, where she met Ash and the group, completely destroyed my favorite character in the entire anime, Paul. And from there on, just kind of helped out the group, even showed up in 5th Gen. And she was pretty amazing. I would like to point out that her Garchomp has not been defeated in the entire series.
Well, that may have to change.
Would you like to talk about her opponent, J Specs?
Yeah, of course. Cyrus, man. Cyrus was rich, if you didn't already know. I mean, technically you wouldn't be able to tell. All you can tell from what we see in the game is that he was crazy. But he was rich. He was a businessman, and he made apparently he's made most of the buildings and libraries in Sinnoh. So he's a very important guy, to say the least. As far as the anime, though, he only deals with legends. Like, this man is a legend. The only confirmed Pokemon he had in the anime series are the 3 Pixies that he stole, and then Dialga and Palkia that I'm pretty sure, popped up out of nowhere because of the red chain. The whole shenanigans that went down at Spear Pillar through Mount Cornet. All of that good stuff. But let's see if there's anything else I can note about this guy. Anything notable? Anything notable? I mean, other than the fact that he was able to create a portal to another dimension, I guess you can say, to go get the legends of space and time. I mean, there's not much more you need to worry about as far as this guy is crazy.
And well, now we're going to go ahead and go over their Pokemon. Cynthia has shown 3 Pokemon in the anime, being her Garchomp, who has never lost to a single opponent, Gastrodon, who defeated Aaron's Drapion and Beautifly, and her Glaceon, which helped out the Miloetta in 5th Gen. But as for Cyrus, none of his Pokemon were shown in the anime other than the Pokemon he stole, and which ended up not staying his. As my
Yeah, if you want me to bring a team full of legends, I got you, bro. I can bring them movers. But the only notable team other than the stuff from the game that we have from him is from the manga. And I mean, his Honchkrow, he has a nose pass. And I guess it evolved to a Probopass. He had a Magnezone. He had a Weavile, a Gyarados, and then, of course, the 2 amazing legends being Dialga and Palkia.
Well, I don't know about manga. I didn't check that out about Cynthia. Let's see. She has a Garchomp, a Spiritomb, and a Milotic.
Wait, she only has 3 Mons?
That were shown in the Adventures manga.
Cynthia was the best champion, man. It's crazy.
But anyways, when it comes to anime, I think JSpecs and I have to both agree that Cynthia's team, while Cyrus's was really impressive, I don't think it really counts because they weren't his Pokemon. So I think Cynthia wins anime. Do you agree with me, JSpecs?
Oh yes. Cynthia got it. Her team was very good, pretty well rounded, if I remember correctly, and not stolen. They were all
True. So with that point, with anime, let's go ahead and see how they stood in the games. Do you want to talk about Cynthia first, JSpecs?
Want me to pop Cynthia up? Pop her up right now. And we're talking about you. You're not recording yet, or are you?
Yep, I'm recording again.
Well, rip me.
Poor JSpecs.
I'm sorry, guys. I just came back from the distortion world myself, so I'm trying to get my head back right. But as far as what would you like me to discuss about her illustrious, amazing, and like her presence in the games alone, like she was intimidating. She was crazy, but I mean her team. Would you want me to bring up the Diamond and Pearl? You want the Platinum? Because both of them were ridiculous. Oh my lord.
How about we start with just going over who she was and her role in the game?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you didn't know, Cynthia, the boss, was the Pokemon champion. She was the winner. After you go through the Elite Four, you go fight that big boss. She was that big boss. She was amazing, and if I believe correctly, she was originally from Celestic Town. I'm pretty sure her grandmother has that little house there.
Yeah, I think so.
Go talk to her, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, right. Because you have to go talk to her, and then you go into that tunnel where it has the pictures of both the big legends, and then Cyrus is in there being creepy, and yeah, and then Cynthia pops up and like, yeah, this is my grandmother, and she raised me to be a deity. So,
anyways, her opponent Cyrus, being the boss of Team Galactic, and also I'd like to point out the only person in the entire games with the trainer class of Galactic Boss, is the main antagonist of the Sinnoh games. In Diamond and Pearl, the player first meets him at Mount Coronet and doesn't battle or give his name or anything, But as J-Specs did mention, you then battle him in Celestic Town. However, in Platinum, his role is expanded a bit as he's met at Lake Verity first and in front of the Eternity statue thing. And you even get to battle him a bit more in Platinum than in Diamond and Pearl. You get one
Yeah,
more
he
battle.
was a pretty good opponent to say. A lot of the bosses, I mean, technically the bosses are strong, but I actually liked him as a boss. He was pretty challenging.
Yeah. Anyways, in Platinum, after the player defeats Garantita, Cyrus stays in the distortion world, still vowing to create a world without spirit, but is never seen or heard from again.
Hashtag creepy.
So, anyways, Jason.
Let's wait. Let's think about that, because obviously there's no such thing as eating and drinking for the humans in the games. Like it's pretty much. I wouldn't say frowned upon, but it's acted as if it doesn't exist. This man stayed in the distortion world. So you mean to tell me he sat there and drank that nasty water?
He might have.
Oh my lord! And what did he eat? Did he eat that purple dirt?
I mean, there's nothing else there.
Good lord, Cyrus, you need to calm down. You need to calm.
Anything to get his goal out.
Oh my.
Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the Pokemon that they had. Cyrus, when you first battle him in Diamond and Pearl, has a Murkrow, Golbat, and Sneasel. But when you battle him for the second time, his all three of his Pokemon evolve, actually, and he just gets a random Gyarados out of nowhere. First time you battle him, his Mons are at low 40s. The second time, they're in mid 40s. But in Platinum, you do get to battle him 3 times this time, as you get the extra time in the Galactic HQ. I believe that's where you battle him again.
Yeah, I think sounds right. That building, and I don't remember what town, but I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure that's where Crasher Veilstone, right? Where Crasher Wake's gym is.
I believe it was Maylene, not Crasher, but yeah.
It wasn't Crasher. Oh no! Crasher was in the town with the Great Mars. Silly me.
Well, anyways, in Platinum, he still has the Sneasel, Golbat, and Murkrow. When you face him the second time, the Golbat and Murkrow evolve. But when you face him the third time in the Distortion world, he evolves his Sneasel to a Weavile and gets a random Houndoom and random Gyarados.
Oh my.
And not just any Gyarados, but a Giga impacting Gyarados.
Good lord. Yo, him with a Mega Gyarados would be so beautiful. Mega Cyrus return in Gen 7, please. Please.
Nah, man, they need to make a Mega Weavile because that's his main Pokemon.
Oh lord, that would be disgusting. Give that thing more attack and speed, and everybody dies. But I think it's my turn to talk about good old Cynthia here, right?
Yep.
All right. So as far as Cynthia, the only chances you get to battle her, are in the Pokemon League, of course. In Diamond and Pearl, she was a champion, of course, and all her Pokemon are level 60 and above. Lowest Mon being 60, highest being 66, which is her undefeated, quote-unquote, Garchomp. Which, I mean, to beat the game, you got to defeat it. So, I mean, you kind of killed the streak. But, yeah, she has the Spiritomb, a Gastrodon, a Roserade, a Lucario, a Melodic, and the Garchomp. Her team is very frightening, very well-balanced, and it's hard. You can't just go in there with like Mono Fire and expect to win. She's going to give you some problems. Then we have her team in Platinum. She changed it up a little bit. She still has the Spiritomb and the Roserade. Still has the Melodic and Lucario, but this time she adds a Togekiss rather than the Gastrodon. So, I mean, I feel that's a clean switch, and it takes away one of her weaknesses. And then she still has the Garchomp, except in Platinum, the first time you battle her, her lowest Mons are level 58, with the highest being 62. In the rematch, good lord, her lowest is 74, with her highest being 78, being Garchomp. And then the last time I believe that we pretty much see her in the series are in Black and White and Black and White 2. You can battle her in Black and White, where she has a team of Mons 75 and up, and she still keeps that big four, man. The Spiritomb, the Melodic, the Lucario, and the Garchomp. Those two, it seems she loves them. The only difference is for Black and White is she now has a Breviary, and then in Electros. And then finally, I can't even say finally, because you battled her twice, technically, in Black and White 2, because you can find her on Undella Bay, or you can battle her in the Champion League tournament. Both times she has the same team, though, but in the tournament, it's a flat battle, so they're all pushed down to 50, whereas she still has her big four, Spiritomb, Melodic, Lucario, and Garchomp. The only thing is her Togekiss makes a return, and she adds on Glaceon.
Yeah, man, her team is really, really frightening.
Yeah. I mean, she, in my opinion, did the best as far as a champion goes when it comes to supporting all of her typings. Everything's double typing. Everything doesn't, like, her team doesn't have too many of the same weaknesses going on. Mine is psychic, I guess, but she has the psychic immunity and Spiritomb, as well as a fighting immunity to cover her glade. Her team, bravo. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man, definitely one of the most challenging champions. Now, if you think these two were to meet in the games with their like at a specific point, like at let's say at the end of Pokemon Platinum, if they both met and Cyrus had still trained up his Pokemon as if the distortion world had never happened, who do you think would have won?
I mean, I gotta give it to Cynthia. I feel as if she would have been able to stop him in his tracks no matter what. But I guess she just wanted, I don't want to say she wanted to test us, but we were the protagonists, so obviously we're the ones who had to do it. But I feel as if she's been the champion for a while. It's not like she was a newcomer to it. Everybody knew her skills. She was just too amazing battle-wise to not be ready for Cyrus at any point. I don't think he'd be able to match up with her.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Considering how Cyrus was defeated by someone with only 7 badges, and then left in the distortion world to pretty much rot for the rest of his life. And Cynthia is stronger than all the gym leaders and the Elite Four. Gotta give it to Cynthia.
Gotta give it to Cynthia. It has to be done.
Cynthia, we have disclaimed her as the champion of the anime, champion of the game. Cyrus just can't match up. We have to ask ourselves, what if Cynthia and Cyrus had met in a fixed battle to where all their Pokemon was level 100?
The world may never know. Unless... Bum, bum, bum.
That's right, guys. It's time. Me and J-Specs are going to go ahead and get the challenge going, and I'll see you when we're in the battle. But we are going to go ahead and go over the teams. What I decided to do, I grabbed Cyrus's final team from Platinum and Cynthia's team that you face her in with Black 2 and White 2. With the 5 Mons that she used the most, because Cyrus only had 5 Mons, so we can have a fair 5-on-5 battle. Cyrus is rocking the Flashfire Houndoom with Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, Thunderfang, and Will-O-Wisp. The Insomnia Hauntcrow, Drill Peck, Heatwave, Night Slash, and Psychic. Inner Focus Crobat, Cross Poison, Air Slash, Confuse Ray, and Toxic. Intimidate Gyarados, Waterfall, Ice Fang, Earthquake, and that powerful Giga Impact. And then, of course, the Pressure Revile with the Citrus Berry, with Night Slash, X Scissor, Ice Punch, and Fake Out. And this is with no EVs to kind of cancel out my mine and JSpex's interference. Like this way, we're not part of the equation. It's their teams going against the other. Do you want to go over Cynthia's team?
Sure. Let me just pull that right back up. Oh wait, I'm on the page. Come on, Cynthia. Yep, and Cynthia has, of course, her Garchomp with Sandveil, with Outrage, Swords Dance, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. The Spiritomb with Sucker Punch, Protect, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split, and it only gets pressure. So she has her Roserade, Natural Cure, with Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Sleep Powder. And then the Axe God itself, Togekiss, with Serene Grace, running Air Slash, Aura Sphere, Shadow Ball, Grass Knot. Oh, you can't forget the Anubis, Lucario, with Inner Focus, Close Combat, Dark Pulse, Extreme Speed, and Stone Edge.
All right, guys. Well, now I'm going to go ahead and accept JSpex's request. I will be Cynthia, and he will be Cyrus. We see this, even the sprites are the same, and this is going to be nice and NPC style. And we will be leading with their main Pokemon. So, like for instance, I have to lead with her main Pokemon Garchomp, and JSpex has to lead with Weavile. So we do see Garchomp is at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Oh, no, rough skin.
And then, just like every other NPC, they don't know how to switch and proceed to get Ice Punched to death.
Don't know how to switch out. You just sit there and take what's coming to you. Oh, man. What should I do here? Oh, no.
I would just like to point out, I had previously recorded this with my good friend Kahona, but the audio got kind of messed up. And when we did this, Weavile got freeze hacks and then froze Lucario.
Oh, dear.
And then I went out into Spiritomb, and then it froze Spiritomb, and Weavile pretty much swept the entire team.
Weavile coming through, but it got destroyed here. Oh, the Stone Edge. How did you live that Air Slash, Lucario?
Looks like it's still a pretty even match.
Double down. Gotta go for status moves first turn when you have them when you're a NPC.
Oh my gosh, that did nothing.
Crit City!
Cyrus just gets all the hacks.
Oh no, this thing.
Togekiss.
Oh my.
Pop.
Where are my hyper potions? Can we get the burn? Why didn't you miss Aura Sphere?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's got one of the lowest accuracies in the entire game.
Indeed. It's so horrible.
Ah, man. I remember taking on Cynthia in Platinum, and she would always Shockwave my Gyarados, and she doesn't have Shockwave right now. She gets rid of it.
No Shockwave here. Now you know I have to be an NPC and click
Giga Impact.
Impact. Oh, dear.
Got the crit.
Oh no.
Oh.
The double down. Gyarados coming through with the Giga Impact.
Well, looks like he should have been the champion of Sinnoh, as he is the grand champion of this Trainer's Eyes match.
Shout out to Cyrus, man. Cyrus is the real MVP. That Giga Impact, though, taking out Roserade for his lack of defense.
Well, I guess this goes to show that if there's not a teenager in your way, evil always comes through.
Oh my, you sound like Ivan Ooze, the Power Rangers.
Anyways, guys, you guys stay awesome. I know we will, and we'll see you next time.